Welcome to the Amazing Authorities Podcast, where game changers, visionaries, and category leaders share how they built their brands, platforms, and global influence. Your host is Mitch Carson, international speaker, media strategist, and creator of the Instant Authority System. If you're ready to learn from those who've done it and want to become the go-to expert in your space, you're in the right place.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this presentation with Hui Fang. Hui Fang is how I refer to her mostly, but her formal name and her book, Awaken Your Potential, the roadmap to empowerment, happiness, and health, which are all three important pillars in your life. Welcome to this session, Hui Fang.
Thank you. Okay, let me share a presentation to introduce my book. The name of the book is Awaken Your Potential, the roadmap to empowerment, happiness, and health. I'm happy to share that my book has achieved the top new release in the category of personal transformation. Let me also share some of the other work I have done. I also lead workshops to inspire others to transform, and in these workshops, I guide participants to apply principles in my book. This is me giving a talk to a group of people at the National Library in Singapore. And here you can see me talking to a group of 200 grade 10 students. Here, I teach them how to be more effective in their studies, as well as reduce stress.
Where was this? Let me just see. This is a great slide. And I mean, all these people look like they're smiling with the backs of their heads. But where did you have this photo taken?
This is at the Cedar Secondary School in Singapore.
Oh, great. You get to inspire the young. Okay, awesome. Please continue.
Thank you. But life before this wasn't the same. Let me share with you how I was like before and after my transformation. Life before was something like this picture. I was overwhelmed by the stress of work, family, as well as finances. I didn't have enough time and struggled as, it was so tough to manage everything together. Also, I had no financial freedom. Like most people, I and my husband have to work to support the family. Also, in my younger days, I experienced a traumatic experience, and that felt me stuck in my life because it left behind an emotional baggage. Maybe because of all that, I felt sick quite often and suffered from low immunity. Because of this, I decided that I need to make a change. I cannot go on like that.
Well, that's no way to live, is to be in that spot. So I'm glad you made a change.
That's right. I then decided to attend some transformation journey, reflected deeply, and worked on myself. In the process, I actually witnessed a transformation in my life. I also discovered some treasures on how we can all work on ourselves to change and live a better life. Let me share with you how was my life, or how is my life after the transformation. This is me after my transformation. I became more calm. I'm no longer consumed by events of the past. Whenever I feel setbacks, I will learn what I can learn from the experience and move on. I also became more effective in my work. Maybe some of you might know that I was a private banker before. Private bankers were given targets to meet. Every year, I will say that as I work on myself, I started to reach my target earlier. In somewhere around September, I would have reached my targets after a few years of working on myself. As such, I decided to ask my boss for a 4-day work week, and he graciously agreed without cutting my pay. Somehow, I was also led to invest in certain instruments which gave me financial freedom after a few years. My relationships also improved, and I have better health. I no longer get sick so often, and in the last few years of my work, I didn't have to apply for medical leave. Lastly, I started to see beauty in things. It's like Singapore has many trees that have yellow flowers, pink flowers, and purple flowers. But they were just a backdrop to me in the past. It's like I used to look, but now I see. I
Well,
became
let's unpack this a little bit. So you became calmer, more effective at work, which allowed you to work a 4-day work week. You achieved financial freedom through property investments or whatever else you specified. So there was that pressure had been lifted. So you laid out a plan, followed it, better relationships with people, I would imagine. It sounds like you have a great relationship already with your kids, better
yes,
health, which with no health, there is no wealth. So
correct.
health is wealth. And then you got to see, and I love this statement you used. Say that again about seeing and
Oh, I said that I used to look, but now I see. It was like I was not aware of what was around me. Whereas after my transformation, I became more aware. It's like I was asleep, but I'm more awake. So,
okay, love it.
uh, yes. So that transformed me. Actually, I had an awakening that literally transformed me and transformed my life. And that's why I became passionate about sharing this with the world. Let me continue. Okay, after achieving all these, it became my passion to share with the world how we can all work on ourselves and live our best lives. I like to use the metaphor that life is like a garden. What do I mean by that? To me, cultivating our best lives is like growing a beautiful garden. If you are given a piece of land full of weeds like this, how do you change it to a beautiful garden? First of all, I think we need to remove the weeds because these weeds suck up our energy. Likewise, the weeds in our life are the negative emotions that drain us and block us from reaching our potential. After that, we need to plant healthy seeds, and these are the healthy emotions and positive thinking. Then we need to gain knowledge of the plants, like how much sunlight do they need and how much water. Likewise, we need to understand ourselves so that we can release the limiting beliefs and reprogram ourselves for success. Lastly, when we understand the conditions that make us thrive, we can then create these conditions so that we can live the life we want. To help us do that, of creating our beautiful life, I also introduced 7 realities. What are these? They are actually facts of life and fundamental truths that we cannot change. When we understand, accept, and realize these truths, they can make paradigm shifts in the way we think. And as such, it will be easier for us to transform. The first reality is we are imperfect. Do you agree?
100%. I'm perfectly imperfect.
So am I. Okay, so we all have weaknesses, flaws, as well as challenges. So the second reality is that change is the law of the universe. Nothing is stationary, and in fact, change is the only constant. Here, when I say positivity displaces negativity, I mean positive emotions displace negative ones. It is like light can dispel darkness. So it's a similar concept.
I love it. Is that a little bit, just for a second before we jump ahead, is this a little bit along the Asian yin and yang theory?
Um,
Or is that balance more?
no, this is not about balance. It's about, in fact, it is complete. Once you have light, darkness will disappear totally. So if you instill positive emotions like gratitude and compassion, they will displace our anxiety and worries. And they were, in fact, I would say that gratitude and compassion are foundational building blocks to attract positivity into our life, which I will
Okay.
cover in the book.
Okay. Okay, great. More examples are in there. Okay.
Right. Then we have the next one. We are what we think. What we think repeatedly and believe, we become. So it is important how we think.
Totally agree.
Right. The problem is that most of us have negative thoughts most of the time. In fact, 80% of the time. However, I have good news that we can reprogram ourselves, and how we can do that is in the book. Next, we have self-knowledge is the key to self-mastery. When we understand ourselves, we understand why we behave in certain ways, and then we can release these limiting beliefs and reprogram ourselves to the life we want. Next, I will say that life is a journey. It's not a destination.
Totally agree.
Right. So if we are only happy when we reach our goals, we'll be happy only for a very short time. So
Well,
it's important.
Yeah, I want to bring up something here so we don't have to, we're under no rush. These are important points, and I want to punctuate life is a journey, not a destination. And I agree completely, because the most successful people I know don't sit on their laurels. They don't rest on their laurels. If they change from their careers, they're at least involved in helping and mentoring other people, help them achieve. Those are the true leaders of society.
Right. And we should also embrace the journey and not be only happy when we reach our destination, because life is a process and we need to smell the roses along the way.
Yes.
Yes. Last reality is health is wealth. I guess we all agree that without health, we cannot achieve our dreams. So all these realities actually help us to cultivate our best lives. I will bring, rather my book will bring readers step by step using these 7 realities to, or understanding these, to remove their weeds, plant healthy seeds, understand themselves better, as well as create the conditions to live their best lives. My book is a roadmap to transformation. It helps us to release emotional blocks so that we can achieve our potential. It helps us to cultivate resilience so that we can embrace change and navigate changes with more ease and confidence. It will also help us to nurture gratitude and compassion and attract more positivity to our lives. We will learn how to harness the power of our mind to reprogram ourselves for success, understand ourselves better so that we can release these limiting beliefs and break free from our conditioning. We will also learn how to achieve holistic health. And here it includes not only physical health, but also mental and emotional health. All these will help us to live life to the fullest. And how does this book help? Here I include actionable steps to help us make meaningful progress, proven strategies that can help you achieve the life you want. I also added relatable stories about my life to connect with readers at a deeper level, as well as inspire them. Lastly, I have motivating quotes to inspire and to reinforce key messages. I believe that we are all seeds with potential. With the right conditions, we will flourish like this picture, the bud here, to a beautiful flower. So regardless of the stage we are in now, this book can help you or will help you to create the conditions necessary for you to make progress, transform, and live your best life. Now let's see what some of the readers are saying. This is Chang Shanghui, a lawyer and licensed practitioner of NLP. After reading my book, she says, I've always been a reader and I knew when I pick up a life-changing book. If you are looking for a relatable book that will make you think differently, challenge your assumptions, and help you realize what's truly important, look no further. Next, I have Michael Burns, a former professor and quality of life researcher. He says this is an inspiring journey offering practical steps and insightful wisdom to guide readers towards personal growth and rich relationships and lasting happiness. Last, I have Mrs. Rajeswari, who is the marketing director at ERA. She says this is an easy-to-read guide that has the power to transform your life. It helped me overcome challenges, understand myself better, and break free from limiting beliefs. An invaluable, systematic, and holistic roadmap for living your life with clarity, purpose, and joy. So start your transformation today. This book has achieved #1 release in personal transformation, as well as top-ranking bestseller in inspirational and personal growth. Join all the other readers and start transforming your life now. Scan this QR code to get your copy.
Great. Hui Fang, this very clear. I like the step-by-step system. You've laid it out perfectly. You've got actionable steps. I mean, a lot of it is logical. A lot of it is, let's just say, rules of life that are there, but sometimes you have to awaken that, and you've done that with Awaken Your Potential, and you've created this roadmap. I love roadmaps because people come out of the womb with their umbilical cord looking for sustenance. When we leave mommy, what do I plug into to then guide me in life, even as adults? And you've given them, because you went through your own transformation, your own change to get to where you are today. You've checked all the boxes in life. One of the things I admire about you is you were able to retire early. You get to run workshops to help people today. You've got great relationships with both of your kids that are well-balanced, successful. What else could you ask for? You've got an obedient husband. Just kidding. You know, had to add the humor in there. Yeah, you have a very nice husband who supports you in doing what you do. You get to travel. You truly live the dream. It's not as though you just authored a book, people write about it. It's almost, sometimes you see an interesting combination. Someone writes, I remember I went to, with a girlfriend years ago, we went to a weight loss center. It was called Diet Center. It was a chain in Los Angeles. I think it was a franchise. It's a franchise. This is a long time ago, in the early 80s. And she went to go talk to this diet center consultant, and the lady was morbidly obese. How do you get consulting from somebody who's morbidly obese? They're clearly not walking the walk or the talk. They're talking the talk, but they're not walking the walk. You're living your potential. You've awakened it through the transformation. You're living proof and testament to what's possible. Clients of yours that have gone through this are living proof and testament to your roadmap.
Right.
That's why I've paid attention exactly to what you've done and why your book is chocked full of great information. And
I think I was very sorry.
What were you going to say?
I said, I think I'm very fortunate to have an awakening which transformed my life. And actually, after witnessing this change, it became somehow it became my passion. It became like a calling to share with the rest of the world how we can all do it, because I hope to raise everybody up so that we can all live a better life.
Well, that's helping humanity. It's humanity, helping humanity. And you're certainly in the mindset, and it's the maturity of being an evolved human being, where the next step is not to, you've got enough for yourself. You've got enough for your family. It's now sharing and helping people who are the next generation. And that's why I applaud you, recognize you, appreciate who you are as a person, because you truly do come from the heart. And that's why people resonate so well with you, and people follow you and want to learn from you. And that's why your book is so valuable. It'll help somebody who might be stuck. And nobody's life is perfect. As you started out, we're all perfectly imperfect.
Yeah. I'm also still learning. I'm not perfect yet, although I will say that I'm much better than what I was before.
Yeah, well, there's the improvement. It's all you can look at is progress. Because if you are sedentary, you turn to stone. And we got to keep the bones moving and keep the limbs moving to progress forward. And you've laid that out very well in your book. And I thank you for your time today. We found that's been an inspiration, a great potential opportunity for someone who might be stuck. I've been stuck in life. My life has never been perfect. It's a lot better than it was when I was in the mud. And when you get out of the mud, when you know how to get out of the mud and wash your feet off so you can march forward, It makes life a lot easier. Well, thank you for your time today. You've laid out where people can get in touch with you and buy your book and look into your courses, which you offer as a public speaker and trainer in Singapore.
Yes, thank you. But by the way, I have a last slide to share, which is this.
Oh, connect and learn more. Well, there you go.
Right. To learn more about my book with more testimonials inside, my workshops and talks, as well as connect with me, please scan this QR code. It will lead you to a landing page which gives you more information.
Great. Well, thank you for your time today. And
Thank you.
we will see you next time. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to the Amazing Authorities Podcast. If today's episode inspired you, take a moment to subscribe, rate, and leave a review. It helps more experts like you rise to the top. For behind-the-scenes access and free resources to boost your authority, head to mitchcarson.com. Until next time, stay amazing.